The motorcycle market isn't crashing overnight. It's a domino effect, years in the making. Inflation has squeezed wallets tighter than ever, leaving many buyers questioning whether they can justify a big-ticket purchase like a new bike. Today, we'll take some time to explain the present situation of the motorcycle market. If you're looking to get a new bike this year, this video will help you test the waters before you jump right in. Let's go! Fuel prices, while lower than last year's highs, remain unpredictable, which has made motorcycles less of a practical choice and more of a luxury. And let's not forget the global economic slowdown. With job markets shaky and people cutting non-essential spending, motorcycle sales have taken a hard hit. Even the most loyal riders are pausing to rethink their priorities. Financing has become a nightmare, and banks aren't handing out easy loans like they used to. Manufacturers who were thriving just a few years ago now find themselves scrambling to adapt. This isn't just about fewer bikes being sold, it's about a shift in what people value, and the industry is struggling to keep up. If you've been eyeing a new ride, you've probably noticed financing isn't what it used to be. Interest rates have soared, making monthly payments on bikes much harder to manage. A loan that might have been a breeze a few years ago now feels like a financial anchor. For first-time buyers, it's a complete turn-off. This problem is even bigger for premium brands. Harley-Davidson and Indian, for example, depend heavily on financing to sell their higher-end models. But with interest rates eating into budgets, even die-hard fans are turning to used bikes or simply sticking with what they already own. The result? Showrooms are quieter than ever, with dealerships sitting on piles of unsold inventory. Financing, once the gateway to freedom on two wheels, has now become a roadblock for many. The motorcycle industry is facing a classic case of too much supply and not enough demand. Over the past few years, manufacturers bet big on the idea that more bikes would automatically mean more buyers. But they miscalculated. Showrooms are now stuffed with models no one is buying, and warehouses are running out of space to store the extras. This isn't just a numbers game, it's a cycle of bad decisions. Brands kept pumping out flashy new models, hoping to outshine competitors. But with fewer people ready to spend, all those shiny machines are gathering dust. Even dealerships are feeling the heat. Some are cutting prices, offering discounts that would have been unthinkable a few years ago. But even that's not enough to move the needle. For the average rider, this might sound like good news. Cheaper bikes, right? Not exactly. Overproduction drives down resale value, making it harder for owners to trade in or upgrade. What looks like a deal now could cost you later. Are you interested in buying a new or used motorcycle this year? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to click the notification bell below so you can be informed of new content. The used motorcycle market is stealing the spotlight, and it's no mystery why. For a lot of riders, the choice between a pricey new bike and a well-maintained used one isn't even a debate. With the economy on shaky ground, many are hunting for deals. And the pre-owned market is where they're finding them. Used bikes are more affordable and they don't come with the immediate depreciation hit that new models do. For seasoned riders, a second-hand bike with a few miles on it often feels like a smarter buy. Less risk, more value. Sellers are also benefiting, cashing in on their old rides as demand surges. This shift is hitting manufacturers hard. New bikes are sitting untouched in dealerships because buyers are opting for cheaper, pre-loved options. Even the once royal crowd, who used to upgrade every few years, is holding back. The strategy to sell premium, high-priced bikes to a shrinking pool of buyers is falling apart. Big names like Harley-Davidson and Indian poured resources into creating dream machines, hoping to lure enthusiasts willing to spend big. But in a time when wallets are tighter than ever, those dream machines are turning into showroom statues. The problem is simple. They overestimated how many people could afford luxury. Sure, the bikes look great and come packed with high-end features, but if no one's buying, it's a losing game. Meanwhile, smaller, more affordable models that could appeal to a wider audience aren't getting the attention they deserve. The industry's focus on premium pricing has alienated younger buyers and pushed them toward alternatives, leaving manufacturers struggling to regain lost ground. If you've noticed delays in new motorcycle releases or parts availability, you're not alone. The supply chain, which keeps the motorcycle industry moving, has been in shambles for years. It started with the pandemic, but the effects haven't gone away. Factories closed, shipping costs skyrocketed, and key materials became harder to find. Now, even as things slowly recover, manufacturers are still struggling to get back on track. A single missing component can delay production for weeks, and that's if they can even afford the rising costs of materials. Riders are feeling the pinch too. Replacement parts are more expensive, and wait times for repairs are longer than ever. It's frustrating for everyone, but the reality is simple. The industry wasn't prepared for this kind of disruption, and it's still playing catch-up. Adding to the chaos, people just aren't spending like they used to. With inflation still eating into paychecks and fears of a recession looming, buying a motorcycle feels like a risky move for many. When families are focused on essentials like groceries, gas, and rent, a new bike is often the first thing to drop off the wish list. Even seasoned riders are scaling back. Weekend trips and long-distance rides, once a staple of motorcycle culture, are being replaced with shorter, budget-friendly alternatives. This isn't just bad news for sales, it's a blow to the entire culture of motorcycling. Dealerships, once the backbone of the motorcycle industry, are now fighting to keep their doors open. The problem starts with inventory. Dealers are stuck with rows of bikes that no one's buying, and each one represents money they can't recover until it sells. Slashing prices helps, but even that's not enough when fewer people are walking through the door. Add rising operational costs, rent, wages, utilities, and the pressure becomes unbearable. Some dealers are turning to online sales, hoping to catch buyers scrolling through listings, but that's a gamble too. Without foot traffic, they lose out on the impulse buys and the personal connections that have always been a big part of the business. And when dealerships close, it's not just bad for them, it's bad for the riders who rely on them for service, advice, and community. For companies like Harley-Davidson and Indian, the stakes couldn't be higher. These brands are more than just manufacturers, they're legends. But even legends can fall. The problem is twofold. First, their core audience is aging out. The loyal riders who grew up dreaming of owning these bikes are now looking at retirement instead of their next big purchase. Second, younger riders aren't connecting with these brands the same way. The bikes are seen as outdated, expensive, and not in line with modern tastes. If these brands can't evolve quickly by offering affordable, innovative models and connecting with a new generation of riders, they risk becoming relics of the past. The question isn't just whether they can survive, it's whether they can stay relevant. For buyers like you, this is actually a golden moment. Dealers are desperate to move inventory, which means you're in the driver's seat when it comes to negotiating. Discounts, financing offers, and trade-in deals are everywhere. You just have to know where to look. Used bikes are also flooding the market, giving you a wide range of options at unbeatable prices. If you've been dreaming of owning a motorcycle, now might be the best time to act. Just be smart about it. Research thoroughly, compare prices, and don't rush into a deal. Adding to the pressure are new policies aimed at reducing carbon emissions. Governments around the world are cracking down on gas-powered vehicles, and motorcycles are no exception. Stricter emission standards mean manufacturers have to invest heavily in cleaner technology, driving up costs. These regulations are a double-edged sword. On one hand, they're pushing the industry toward electric models, which could attract younger, environmentally conscious riders. On the other, they're making it harder for traditional manufacturers to keep producing the bikes their loyal customers love. For riders, these changes mean the bikes of the future might look and feel very different. An important question is, will they still capture the spirit of the open road? That's the challenge manufacturers now face. Technology has always been a game changer in motorcycling, and now it might be the industry's lifeline. As manufacturers face shrinking sales and changing buyer habits, innovation could be the key to survival. Electric motorcycles are a leading charge, offering cleaner, quieter, and more efficient options. While these bikes used to feel like a compromise, advancements in battery range and charging speed are making them a serious contender for the next generation of riders. While this is true, another problem emerges also, because electric motorcycles seem to have lost its sales momentum also. Despite government subsidies and intervention, buyers, even young buyers, are becoming more skeptical by the day of buying electrical motorcycles. This is because of the limitations that are prevalent with EVs, including but not limited to available chargers and charging problems. But it's not just about going electric. Smart features are starting to reshape the riding experience. Think built-in navigation systems, adaptive safety features, and real-time diagnostics that tell you everything from tire pressure to engine health. The challenge is balancing these innovations with affordability. Cool tech won't matter if the average buyer can't afford it. Manufacturers that can find a way to deliver both are likely to come out on top. Can technology really save the industry from the 2025 market crash? The motorcycle market's future isn't written in stone. What's clear is that it won't look the same in 5 years. Whether it rebounds or completely restructures depends on how manufacturers, dealers, and even riders respond to today's challenges. The key question is whether the industry can evolve fast enough to stay relevant. If not, some big names might fade into history, leaving space for smaller, more adaptable players. That's it for today. Did you find this video helpful? Please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel to be updated on the motorcycle market trends as the year progresses.